Yes. Hi everyone. Hi Alice. Can anyone hear me? Hi. Hi everyone.
Hello.
Nice, nice, nice. I'm seeing
Hi.
yes, hi. Seeing a couple of people joining, which is good. There's an Oppo A31. Welcome. So, okay. Alice, I don't know if you're around. Okay. There's the Predictive Analytics Lab account. Tim, is that you or it's Mary?
It's me. I
Okay.
think Mary is also here. Alice is there.
Oh, Mary is here.
And
Oh,
the other must be Dennis.
yes.
Yeah, I'm here. Um,
Karibu sana Dennis to.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Okay.
All right. So we are waiting for the others to join. So yeah, just bear with us about 5 minutes as we wait for them to join in. Alice, so we can start. I think it's 10 minutes past time. Whoever. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, Tim.
You. Yeah, we can't hear you. So yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, so we can start.
All right. So I think we had agreed with Mary. We can start with Dennis to take them through the scope of the data science life cycle. You can hear me?
Maybe we can start with introductions first so that we get to know who's there.
All right. So this is Alice Kinodhi. I'm part of predictive analytics team. We shall be together in this during the training. I shall be coordinating with sharing the links and all other resources you should be requiring. Yes.
Hi guys, my name is Dennis Kiavogo. I'll be with you majorly in the intermediate phase, so you're most welcome.
So hi, my name is Timothy Oriedo. We spoke to a couple of you. So I work with both Dennis and Alice and Eileen and Mary. So I look forward to having you on board to this course. Ernest, are you here? Eileen?
Yeah, let me go next.
To the next step.
Okay, so my name is Eileen. Yes, I'm part of the sales and marketing. Kim, are you trying to say something? I can't hear you clearly. Can any of you hear me? Okay, so yeah, so my name is Eileen. I'm part of the sales and I'm part of the sales and marketing team, and yeah, I'm glad to have you here. Yes. So maybe on to Mary.
Hi, good evening, team. My name is Mary, and I'm in charge of operations at Predictive Lab. I'm as well in the marketing and sales team, and I'll be interacting with you more. We are glad to have you here. Thank you. Next, we have Jackie. Jackie, are there?
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Jackie. I'm part of the sales team, and I'm also cohorts 14 students. Yeah, and I'm hoping to be interacting with you guys more.
Okay. Yeah. Alice, you mentioned that Dennis is supposed to take the first session, huh?
Yes. For the scoop, okay. And then Ernest will follow with the course module. I'll then introduce the platforms, okay. And then we can finalize with you with the mobile application and GIS.
Yeah. So maybe before Dennis starts, can we at least get some introductions from the students?
Oh yes, probably we can start with a brief introduction, the name, organization, and your expectation as you join this course. Probably what you're looking forward to learn, just briefly. We can start with Akinyi Okula. You can see among the first, the top.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you for
Hi.
this introduction. My name is Akinyi. I am an audience research specialist, and I've got a curious mind, and I was looking for new opportunities to engage with data as I provide solutions to my clients. I'm recently retrenched, so looking forward to learning new stuff. Thank you.
Yeah, so Karibu Akinyi, and you're in the right space. So we look forward to giving you a new skill. Yeah.
Yeah, we can go to Dennis 2.
Alice, it's not
Not too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dennis 2.
Yeah.
Umegeuka.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for the introduction. I'm interested in coding, and when I saw the ad, I saw an opportunity to just apply and try to get to know more about data. That's all. I don't represent any organization. I'm just interested in coding and want to know how to handle data properly to make good software so that I can be able to manage my data properly.
I think you were buffering a bit, Dennis, but probably had something to do with looking forward to learn there about the handling of data and others. So you're very much welcome. We can go to Oppo. There is one participant with Oppo A31. Oppo A31.
Thank you. My name is Peter Kimani. Yes, please. My name is Peter Kimani. Hello.
Yes, Peter, you can hear you.
You can hear me. My name is Peter. I'm happy and I'm grateful to be here. I didn't hear well what your question.
Sorry.
I didn't hear the reason ourselves.
Okay, so it's just like the name, the organization, and what you're looking forward to learn, or rather your niche for joining this program.
Thank you.
Just briefly, yeah.
Yes, my name is Peter. I work with KRA. My desire is to get to know more about data, and so that is what I'm looking forward to, and I'm very expectant of the same. Thank you.
Yes, Karibu sana Peter, and you're in the right place. We've trained a couple of your KRA colleagues. Yeah, so we look forward to having you on board as well.
Yeah, you're much welcome. So you can go to administrator, participant by the name administrator, kindly.
Hi, my name is Anne Ireri. I work with the Royal Media Services. I manage the radio station by the name Inoro FM. I am very green on data science, and I would like to transition my career in that direction. So I'm really excited about this new journey for me, and I'm just here to learn more and get into it. Thank you.
Karibu sana Anne. Yes, so I've also had a background in media, so you shouldn't feel very green. Of course, there's a lot of application for this in your current space and also in your future career aspirations.
Yeah, you're much welcome. Then
So,
yeah, sure. We can go to E. Gashari.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. My name is
Hi.
Edith. So basically, right now, okay, I've been handling a bit of data in terms of descriptive data, but now I want to explore the predictive data part of it. So that's why I'm here. Thank you.
Yes, Karibu Edith. You're in the right place, and of course, we look forward to giving you skills that you need.
Yeah. So we have Gladys.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gladys Kangede. I am a sociologist. I look forward to upskilling my skills in data. I am very green, like one participant also said. I last handled data, which was SPSS, and looking to learn about the new dynamics and dimensions of data right now. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome, Gladys. Yeah, you're in the correct place, and with a strong business application and sociology background, you will be finding this course very insightful, of course, because you already have problems that you want to solve.
Yeah, you're much welcome, Gladys. And then you have Michael Wekesa.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
I'm Michael. I'm in Kare.
Yes, Michael. I think you muted.
Okay, so I was saying,
Yes.
I'm interested in the course because most decisions nowadays are data-based, and I'm looking at getting the best way to manipulate the data to give me the correct information. Yes, basically that.
Yeah, karibu sana, Michael. Yeah, we think I've spoke before, but of course I'd say we had already have an interaction with a few of your colleagues. So this is going to be a very good course for you to be able to bring you to speed and also accelerate your current job where you use a lot of data for decision making. So feel at home.
Asante.
Yeah, thank you, Michael. We also have Nokia 2, participant by the name Nokia 2, kindly.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. My name is Shem.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Oh, if you can, then it's good. Okay, my name is Shem. I'm taking actuarial science. And I think it's the best course alongside my actuarial science. I'm still in school. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so I think Dennis will speak more to you. He's also an actuary. Yeah, there's always a raging debate that data scientists are taking over actuary's job. So thank you for seeing the light and joining this course. Dennis will talk more to you about that.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. I think we have another one, an Ireri. I think we've not got.
Oh, I spoke. I just renamed from administrator to
you
Annie.
named yourself. All right, so no problem. So I think we got an introduction from all the participants. We can then now briefly have introduction from our trainers who will be walking through us through this program and then also the level 2. So you can start with Fiona.
Good evening, everyone. My name you've heard is Fiona, but I prefer Murugi. You might see Murugi Kamau. Fiona is a bit less common, but all in all, It's nice to meet you guys. I'm a trainer at Predictive Analytics. I was also part of a cohort such as this a bit earlier in the year. So I hope that gives you encouragement that you can start and progress really quick here. So don't worry, even if you don't have a programming background, don't worry much about it. Yeah, I'm glad to take you on this journey.
Yeah, thank you very much, Fiona. Then we have Ernest.
Yeah, hello guys. My name is Ernest Msioki. I'm glad to be here with you today for this introduction portion of the course. I think we'll be able to engage with you further down the line as we continue. Also, as Fiona said, I was also part of the cohort. I was in cohort 8. Yeah, it's in 8. And so currently I'm a trainer at Predictive Analytics. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so thank you, Ernest and Fiona, for joining. Actually, you're our showcase, so it's important for the participants to know that, yes, these skills can be gainable, and I can actually put you in gainful employment. Yeah. So, for example, Ernest has not graduated yet. Ernest, you're in 4th year?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Ernest has not graduated yet, but of course, we've already employed him. So you can already see that there's demand for these skills, yeah? So if you are good at what you do and put a lot of focus in it, then of course that's a guarantee that we are going to retain you as one of us. So we will be talking more about that at the tail end of this. So I'd like to allow Alice to continue. I think there are 2 more entrants.
Yeah.
You can have the 2 introduce themselves, then we proceed now. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So I think we have Karim. He just joined. You can just briefly introduce yourself by name, organization, and your interest or niche for taking this program. Just briefly. Karim?
Yeah, I can see they're not muted, so maybe they have a challenge with their connection.
All right.
Maybe you might give him time. So, or maybe you can allow him to type as he sorts out, so we don't keep the rest. But
oh yeah, via the chat.
Yeah.
Lastly was Peter Kimani. I think he has just joined.
I already talked. It's only that I've
renamed yourself.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So I think we at least now have met each other. We shall continue engaging you more and more. And for the interest of time, you can have Dennis to just start with the scope, and then we shall also briefly continue with the others. So welcome, Dennis.
Thank you. I think I'm really happy to have this team joining us, and I'm glad that we shall be able to hold your hand to ensure that you accelerate your career in terms of data analytics. You, of course, drill sense out of data, irrespective of your field, for as long as you so wish to then gain meaningful, actionable intelligence from data. It's only important that you upskill, as we always say, and then you retool. And that will be the first step to you then achieving your required prerequisite for maybe leveling up with the industry or surpassing the already set standards. So mine is very simple, very precise. I'll just give you a high-level introduction to what data science looks like, what you should expect, and indeed then what is the end goal and what should be the end goal in mind. I think at this particular point, it is no longer about why you are here, but it's because you're already interested in being here and that's why you're here. So it's more of then enlightening you of what you should expect and how it's likely going to look like. So maybe you can be able to see my screen. I won't spend so much time on that particular, on this particular image, but it's just to make it a little bit more relatable with you so that you don't find strain even before we begin. So you can see this is what we call the data science landscape. So data science definitely is just how we're going to derive sense of or real sense from data using different tools that we have, and of course the different knowledge that we have. I'd like to let you know that we have different verticals right within this, or rather let me say subsets, because we have data pre-processing, which is a key step that you should ensure that even before you begin, does your data then meet the required standard? Because otherwise it will be garbage in, garbage out. So even as you collect your data, probably you'll proceed to clean your data and then choose the right features, and of course select based on the weight of evidence what works for you and what doesn't work for you. It is only keen that that is the first step that needs to make sense for you. That is the first step. Of course, I would have talked about selecting or having a business problem in mind, but I know even before you joined here, you must already be having a business problem in mind other than career progression. So the very first step should essentially be having a business problem in mind, and then you proceed to look at your data, and then you should always have the necessary skills that now we are going to take you through. Of course, the key one is mathematics. Just basic mathematics, probability, calculus, linear algebra, discrete mathematics. Maybe you can remember vectors, some of you or not all of you, but then remember we are going to hold your hand. Do not be frightened, do not be scared, not at all. And then on programming, of course, we are majorly going to look at Python, and later on, as you grow through, we'll introduce you to Power BI and other BI tools. That is business intelligence tools. And then, of course, if you look at the tip of the iceberg, you will just be enjoying machine learning, visualization, but the root of it all is statistics. That is the key thing, because even as you choose a business problem, you need to perform a hypothesis test to know what is your main case of study against what measure, so that you can be able to select and then know what is your null or alternative hypothesis. Do not worry, like I said, they might sound, if you do not have a mathematical background, they might sound very complex, but that should not even be the case. We will be able to work with you and make you understand then how does it make sense to where I am in my field. And then we'll push you through then to machine learning, which I know our able team here will be able to give you a very foundational and basic and great introduction. Because as elementary as it should be, that is where you would then know, why am I a data scientist? Because you can already then solve a business problem in mind. You already have the required skills, mathematical skills, and then move to deploy the machine learning models. I know you'll be taught about algorithms. An algorithm is as simple as a procedure, a formula. If you want to cook ugali, for example, if we can call that an algorithm, you simply need to boil water, add some maybe oil if you're from Congo or Rwanda. If you're from Kenya, you don't add any oil. Just proceed and add the flour and cook. So it really varies. So that is now machine learning for us. So within machine learning, of course, within the introductory phase, this is the introduction class. You'll be taken through supervised and supervised, and of course, slightly part of reinforcement learning, which we will take you through. So do not worry. Let it sound like just some sweet song to your ears for now, but kindly try and take note so that you have a smooth journey as we proceed. So after that, then we'll push you to the intermediate phase, where we'll then take you to reinforcement learning. That is, now we have deep learning and of course, artificial intelligence. And then the key thing, even as you face your board or you face your organizations, nobody really cares what is ML, did you use supervisor and so on, unless your CEO or perhaps your MD or the key decision makers in your organization really have a clear data strategy and understand the background of background of data science. It might not be necessary. What is necessary for them is data visualization. Can you then tell your story through visuals and explain to them that indeed this is now what we have, that is now what we call EDA, exploratory data analysis. And then, of course, the different types of comparison, composition, relationship, and of course, distribution. Can you then explain to them in a very relatable manner, glanceable? The visualization should be very glanceable. At a glance, you can just see and tell, oh, so it means the sales have gone up because of this and this reason. So we need to change this aspect of the market for proper leads generation, for example. That is for those who are from sales. If it's from finance, maybe you're the CFO, you need to see then how do our assets vary or across the different periods in time, and how are they affected maybe by inflation or so maybe. But those are now the KPIs, different factors, the KPIs or the metrics. And then now, last but not least, the soft skills are very critical. They are very, very critical. They're as critical as now the base, the start of now you understanding data science. Can you intuitively and very relatably explain yourself through storytelling as you present? Do you have the grit? Do you have the creativity to understand the different market intelligence, so that you know then where do we invest the knowledge you've gained from data science, the drilling of the data that you've done? And of course, the key thing is the domain knowledge, which now Tim said it's very, very relatable. I like using that word because it's the most relatable word, so to say. So the domain knowledge is key, because I've had somebody from the media fraternity. I've had another one from actuarial, that's risk. I've had another one from is it finance or so. It cuts across. It cuts across. So that's your domain knowledge. You still stick to it. So even as you focus to machine learning, you then pick specific models that will then favor your your finance skills, so that they elevate you and they augment your working. They make it simpler and more intuitive. And that's now what we call in data science decision intelligence. You can then derive proper intelligence and forecast into the near future using algorithms then within your domain knowledge, as opposed to those times traditionally we call it forecasting. But you just look at your historical data and use simple mathematical formulas to look at the near future. You don't train it, you don't train your data per se. And then we have problem solving, which is critical thinking, and lifetime learning. Lifetime learning, please underline that. It's lifetime learning. It's a journey. That's why we are coaching you. We're not just training you no, we are coaching you, we are guiding you, so that you know that indeed this is a longevity. Let me call it a longevity. You're looking at it with an eagle eye. It's not start today and end tomorrow. No, it's a lifetime as you progress through your career. That's my very precise first presentation. I'll just move to my last one, and then I'll let you be for the evening. So I've tried to make it as simple as possible, so that you do not get frightened. So I'm sure you can be able to see my screen as of now. So wherever you are or wherever you sit, I know you see yourself as a manager. You see yourself, you have so many reasons as why you came here, not just curiosity, knowledge acquisition, and promotion, and creative distraction. You want to disintegrate the traditional ways of doing things and induce data-driven decision making. That's what we call creative distraction. But then at this point, you want to think with your data. Make sense out of your data, not intuition, not feelings, not gut feeling that we feel like in 2021, COVID or another pandemic might come. So what do we do? Are we prepared in terms of business continuity planning or so? So that is just but a very simple way of you understanding. So as a business, as a manager, data science manager, or as a trained data analyst, there are just key things that you need to know across the field. So of course, the key thing the main route that we're going to look at is machine learning, as you can see here. And that's why I talked about some key items that we are going to tackle. That is the traditional algorithms that we're going to look at, from classifiers to regressors. And then we push you then further to neural networks, or rather deep learning. And then of course with deep learning, there are many more applications, even in your industry. You then understand that as we move forward to deep learning as opposed to machine learning, you understand that this is a bit stronger. It's a bit more intuitive, because it looks like the human brain, or it imitates the human brain. So that's the first route. So even as you continue with our journey, you'll come to understand that there is more to that. because we have big data, and that's now even in the course of our journey at the intermediate level, we introduce you to big data engineering, because now big data engineering, you need to know the pipelines, you need to understand the infrastructure, where your data is processed, where it's collected, processed, distributed, and then of course now pushed to the BI engine. For the BI engines, of course, we'll mainly focus on Power BI right here. And then for data viz, of course, we'll look at Python and slightly Excel. And then for data analytics, of course, now it cuts across. You can look at financial analysis or the stock market, and then data exploration, market analysis, business administration, geospatial analysis, statistical analysis, model visualization. So it really depends with where you are. And of course, another arm that we are likely just to give you a very brief introduction so that I don't really confuse you is that we have the data storages. You understand that we have the SQL and non-SQL or SQL, structured query language. And we have the other side, we have the cloud databases, Google Bigtable, Amazon RDS, Amazon S3, Amazon EC2, and so on and so forth. So that is it to it. So do not really be afraid. We will hold your hand, we will guide you accordingly. So always remember that math and statistics will always be key, and we'll be mentioning it even as we take you through the journey so that we don't really confuse you. So that will then guide you on how our journey will look like. So once we've finished the introduction level, which you're going to start, we'll take you to the intermediate level, introduce you to deep learning, introduce you to computer vision, and many more. I don't want to mention them so much right now. I might maybe confuse you. And then we'll now take you so that you gain the soft skills. How do you perform in an interview? It's not all about you just having the ideas. Can you then channel out the ideas out so that they know you can solve a problem, a business problem within a company? I believe in the course of our journey, we'll interact more. I will invite more questions. I will invite personal interactions with me anytime I'm available. Otherwise, I wish you so well. And I think predictive is the only right choice and the only sane choice as of now, and even in the near future. If I would be very prospective and very intentional about adding value to your careers. Thank you so much. Back to you, Alice.
Yes, thank you very much, Dennis. I hope we have also, all of us, gained something that whatever you expect during the training, and also what you expect even after the training. I'm sure you've at least noted 1, 2, 3 values that it's going to add to you. And for the interest of time, I would just want directly to invite Fiona, who will take us through the course program and the modules that we shall be covering for the next 12 weeks that we shall be having you on board. You're welcome, Fiona.
Okay, so Dennis has already said quite a bit, so I'm just going to give you just a brief overview of what to expect over the next 12 weeks. I am going, I'm going to share my screen.
Yeah, as Fiona is sharing, probably if you could be having any question, you can ask via the chat feature, and then we shall be able to answer at the end of this. So kindly feel free to ask any question that you feel.
Okay, so the platform you're going to be introduced to a couple of other platforms. So even for this, you're going to be showing this a bit later, but for now, if you can just go to lab.predictiveanalytics.co.ke. This is just to give you a brief overview of what you're supposed to go through. So there's that. This is the page that you're going to land on. This is a home quite a bit, but what we're mostly interested in is you have to register, you have to have an account, and the account that you're going to create at this point is going to allow you to access any other platform. That is going to be the exam platform, 4IR. So kindly keep track of the credentials that you're going to create here. So for you guys, because you do not have an account yet, you're going to click on register, and you're going to have your first name, your last name, your email, a password, and confirm password. So for me, this is already auto-filled because I have an account. So let me sign in. So on signing in, there is a couple of courses that are being offered. There's statistics, there's Python, and there's data engineering. So data engineering is for the next step, that is for the intermediate. Statistics is more of an introduction so that you get ready for Python. So this is what you're going to be interested in. This is Python, because for this first part of the course, we're going to use Python programming language. So once you get here, just click on the plus sign. And yeah, it takes you here. So it tells you that this is about the module overview. For this, there's a couple of preparations. You don't have to worry much about this. Alice is going to send you instructions on how to get, there's the application that you're going to be needing and how to install it. Alice is going to send you those instructions via email. So you don't have to worry much about this first page. Then I can go to next. So this is a 12-week program. And so for week 1, you're going to have an introduction to Python. For week 1 and week 2, you're going to have introduction to Python. And but I don't want you to get scared about this, because this is not a programming class. However, you have to do this, you have to go through this, because the other libraries that are specifically for data science, for instance, NumPy, Pandas, and other libraries for visualization, maybe, they're built in Python. So for you to understand why Pandas is doing something, why NumPy is doing something, you need to understand the very basics of it. So it's going to be a very brief introduction. You don't have to worry, this is not a programming class. So for week 1, you're going to have introduction to Python. It's going to be very, very simple. After that, it's going to be week 2. We're going to have a good enough introduction session so that you're comfortable enough by the time we're moving on. So at this point, we're going to have, we're going to learn very basic things. For instance, data types, very simple functions. Yeah, basically it's going to be very simple. So week 1 and 2, don't stress much. And then we get to week 3. So week 3, we have NumPy. NumPy in full is numerical Python. And this is the library that is going to help you to do all your heavy lifting that includes mathematics. So you can think of NumPy as a number column on Excel. So NumPy deals purely with numbers. This is where you're going to have, yeah, basically anything that you want to do with numbers, NumPy is going to help you to do that heavy lifting. That's why it's NumPy numerical Python. I hope you can already hear it. So NumPy is going to assist you to do your numerical heavy lifting. After we go through NumPy, we're going to go to Pandas. Pandas is basically the backbone of data science in terms of data analytics, because Pandas is what is going to help you to be able to work with tabular structure of data. So Pandas is going to be like an Excel for Python. That's let me not say an Excel for Python, but something of the sort. Pandas is going to allow you to be able to work with data as it is on Excel. That is, you have your rows, you have your columns. Your columns can contain different kinds of data, because you're not likely to be storing just one information on a data sheet and what have you. And Pandas is built on NumPy. So that's why week 1 is introduction to Python. Week 3 is NumPy, and then week 4 is Pandas, because there's a structure to how it's being taken along. You're going to see that, but I promise it's not going to be difficult. So Pandas is where all the heavy lifting is going to be done. You're going to read in your data using Pandas. You're going to clean and manipulate your data using Pandas. After you've cleaned and manipulated your data and you want to share that data with someone, Pandas will also help you to read out that kind of data. So Pandas, make Pandas your friend. Have that in mind from as early as now. So all this, within these areas, there is assignments. So assignments is just extra reading in case, because in class, we may not be able to cover everything. You might be interested in something a bit specific because of the industry you're in. So this is just to provide a bit extra reading so that you have a bit more to work with. And there is download resources. So if you click on download resources, it's going to download for you some it's going to be an exercise and the solutions to the exercise. So at your own time over the week, when we're not having a session and you're feeling maybe you were not comfortable with what happened during a session, you can go do the exercise as well as look at the solutions, but you can always feel free to reach out to any of the trainers at any one point. But if you're just trying to do your own thing, you can just click on download resources. There's going to be an exercise. For instance, here, it's going to be an exercise concerning pandas, as well as the solutions to the exercise, so that you can be able to know if you've understood what you're trying to do or not. Then after that, so from week 1 to week 4, that's going to be data analytics, if I may say data analytics. Yeah, you're free to use any resources. However, there is a platform that you're going to be taken through, 4IR. So 4IR, we have created shorthand books, course books, and what have you. You're free to look at any resource provided it's accredited resource, so that you're not looking at wrong information. But so that you're very, very, very sure of what you're looking at, you're going to be taken through 4IR. So everything that you're going to find on 4IR, it's either the trainers at Predictive who have created it, or it's books that have been they've already been credited and what have you, specifically for data science. So yeah, as you're going to be taken through that platform, I highly encourage you to go through it, because it has loads and loads and loads of resources. So week 1 to week 4 is data analytics. And then we have from data analytics, we move to data visualization. And just as the first sentence in this page says, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So you may have a lot of data points, you may have a lot of data, you may have some 1,000, 10,000, or whatever you rows. So it becomes very difficult to have an idea of what your data is trying to tell you. However, if you put all that in a picture, it's going to be a whole lot easier. So a picture is in terms of, you can use graphs, pie charts, whatever kind of visualization you're after. So the first library that you're going to go through is going to be Matplotlib. So Matplotlib is the very basic, actually there's MATLAB, which came before Matplotlib. So if you have dealt with data maybe a bit in the past, you might have come across MATLAB. So Matplotlib has been built on MATLAB. It's a high level wrapper. So Matplotlib is a bit easier than MATLAB. However, Matplotlib is very, very, very powerful. The other libraries that you're going to also learn from using visualization, some of them are built on Matplotlib. So you have to understand some few things about how Matplotlib works, so that you can be able to move on to the libraries that have been built on top of it. However, Matplotlib is also not difficult. It's very powerful. With 2-3 lines of code, you can be able to do so much. Okay, so yeah, that is Matplotlib. Again, you can download resources. That's going to give you an exercise and the solutions to the exercise when you're practicing on your own time. Then after that, week 6, we're going to move to Seaborn. Seaborn is now built on Matplotlib. It's a high-level wrapper for Matplotlib. So Seaborn is going to it's a very powerful Python library that makes it easy to create informative and attractive visualizations. So Matplotlib is very powerful. However, what it generates is not very visually appealing. So they created Seaborn, which is going to be, it makes your work easier, but it also makes your visualizations a bit more attractive, and you're going to be able to download them and you can insert them in presentations and share with people. So Seaborn is built on Matplotlib. It's a visualization library. It's built on Matplotlib. So that is what you're going to go through after you have gone through Matplotlib. That's on week 6. At this point, you're pretty much halfway through the course. After that, we move to week 7. It might still be visualization depending on how long we're going to go through that. And then we have week 8. Week 8 is Plotly. So Plotly, again, the thing is with Matplotlib and Seaborn, you're going to be generating static kind of visualizations. If it's a bar graph, how it has been generated is the most that you can get out of it. However, especially with websites and what have you, you might be a bit more interested in interactive figures. So if you want to have an interactive visualization as opposed to a static one, then Plotly is your go-to. Plotly is very simple. It creates very visually appealing visualizations. Plotly is going to be fun. Literally, Plotly is just fun to work with. There's Plotly and there's Plotly Express that is built on Plotly. With Plotly, you're going to feel like you can do anything because you can create maps, you can populate it with whatever you want. Plotly is going to be fun. I can tell you to look forward to it. So after week 8, you're going to be done with visualization. Then after you've already done your data analytics, so data analytics is to assist you to clean your data, make some sense of your data, visualize. Then after that, there's visualization, which will help you make even more sense of your data. And then after that, you can now move to machine learning. The next point is now going to be machine learning. Now machine learning is, you have already made sense of your data from data analytics and from data visualization. You're now ready to you're ready to forecast, you're ready to forecast, you're ready to make some decisions, derive some information from the data. So what you're seeing here, scikit-learn. Scikit-learn is the library that is going to assist us to accomplish machine learning. So machine learning, don't be scared about machine learning when you hear of algorithms and models and whatever. You don't have to worry about that. The whole idea of machine learning is that there's some certain steps that are going to be repeatedly followed, and that's now the idea of an algorithm. And as Dennis mentioned, if you're cooking ugali following a recipe, you're performing an algorithm because you're doing this and then that and then that and then that, and then you expect something at the end. That's basically all machine learning is. So don't worry much about machine learning. So within machine learning is also very broad. So the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to have a very brief introduction, but then after that, we're going to move specifically to, so the first thing we're going to look at is going to be linear regression and then logistic regression. So if you've worked with data before, you understand what regression will be about. If you've done probability and statistics, also maybe you've come across it. But again,
Donna,
yeah.
Maybe I can just add, there's an addition. We've tweaked the month 2 for visualization. So we'll be adding Power BI as well.
Okay.
Yeah, between week, is it week 8? I mean, between week
probably
5,
week
5.
8, because Seaborn had some 2 weeks, so Power BI can get into that.
Yeah, so we'll be bringing them to Power BI, Data Studio, and a bit of Tableau, just the introduction.
Right. Yeah, so that's gonna be great for those of you guys whom you may not be very okay. Now that you're here, you're interested in data analytics. However, someone might give you some work that is just about data visualization. If you're just trying to visualize your data, Power BI, Tableau, those are awesome. They're awesome platforms because it's a bit of drag and drop. You just need to understand what exactly you're dragging and dropping where. And they also assist you to create interactive dashboards such that you can have updates about something on the regular. So that's also going to be very interesting. I'm glad that that has come up. So we were at week 9 is going to be linear regression. And then week 10 is going to be regression. As Dennis mentioned, we're going to hold your hand through all this so you don't have to worry about that. Once you understand what it is, it's going to be the simplest thing of all time. Machine learning actually takes about, you can have machine learning in like 5 lines of code. So once you actually get to machine learning, you've already done a larger percentage of the coursework, and you're going to understand, like you're going to be sharp at this. Machine learning, you're going to just understand it, and it's going to be also fun. So keep in mind about that. So week 9, we're going to have linear regression. Week 10, we're going to have logistic regression. And then as we draw to a close, so for week 11, we're going to go through k-means clustering. It's not here, but we're going to go through it. So we're going to go through k-means clustering. K-means clustering is an awesome algorithm because it helps you to look at patterns in your data. It's going to help you to do your customer segmentation. It's going to assist you to put similar data points together, basically. If it's something like insurance, you can be able to put people that you consider who are at risk, you can put them all together. You can be able to group similar things together. So that's going to be k-means clustering. And then we're going to go through decision trees and random forest. This is also, again, an amazing algorithm. It takes again, like some 5 lines of code, but what you're going to get from it is going to be amazing. So look forward to that as well. And then week 12, which is going to be your last week. So over the 12 weeks at some point, especially when we start on pandas, we're going to give you an in-class project so that you're able to apply what we're teaching you in class. And then during the last week, or rather towards the end, maybe from week 10, about week 9, week 10, a schedule is going to be created, and then you're going to be presenting your work to your classmates. So, but again, don't feel pressure about it. The whole idea of this is to introduce you to something. It's an introduction to this class. So don't think it's a project that you're going to be awarded marks, you're going to cry and whatever. So don't worry about that. It's just to be able to give you something to hands-on practice what we're teaching you during the sessions. So from around week 9 or week 10 to week 12, there's going to be a schedule. About 2 or 3 people are going to be presenting per session. So it's just going to be just showcasing what you have understood during class, so that if something is not clear, we can be able to smooth it over, so that if you're also going to move to the intermediate, you do not want to move to intermediate with some few basics that are not clear. So that's basically going to be it. I don't know if there is anything about week 12. So decision trees and random forests, basically the same thing. You don't have to worry about that. So that's going to be your 12 weeks. It's been divided from, the first bit is data analytics. That is going to be introduction to Python, NumPy, and Pandas. After that, we move to data visualization. You're going to have Matplotlib, Seaborn, Plotly, and Power BI or Tableau. I'm not too sure, but we're going to figure it out. And then after that, you move to machine learning, which is going to now help you forecast and make predictive decisions. And so for that, you're going to have logistic regression, linear regression, k-means clustering, and decision trees. So that's basically what you expect. I promise it's going to be a fun journey. By the time you're done, you're going to be able to do so much and you're going to be proud of yourself. I can give you that. So yeah, I think that's it that I have for you, unless there's any questions. Okay.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Fiona, for taking us through what we expect for the next 12 weeks. I hope you guys, you are taking notes and of course following. She has properly briefed us very well. And in case you got any question, you can keep asking. So just to add on, I will just briefly introduce you now to the platform that we shall be interacting with during the training and also afterwards. So I hope you guys have probably tried to log in at the lab, the predictive analytics. So that's what I'm gonna open right now. I'm just gonna be brief for the interest of time. Yeah, so this is lab. I think someone shared the link on chat, so you can try to log in as we continue. So this is the platform that you shall be interacting with, but afterwards we shall create an account for you for one of the club, a platform that we're calling for the Industrial Revolution Club. So that's how you shall be accessing all the resources. But meanwhile, you can just log into the lab. So you just come here and you do registration. Once you click on the top right top, you'll see home, contact, register, and sign in. So you just come here and register. Yeah, so you just enter your details there, your first name, last name, just briefly your email and password. And then you confirm, and then now you sign in. So for myself, I had already signed in, so let me just go directly there. Just 1, 2, 3 steps, no much. Yeah, so and then now once you're here, you come to the middle feature on the Python. You click on here, because that's what you shall be concentrating with. So with Python, I think Fiona have taken you through the Python, what you expect. So once you register, you'll be able to access now all of this, the profile, courses, resources, Zoom, contact, and all that. So I'm gonna take you through the resources, the courses you've already been taken through. Yeah, So this is basically to help you build your digital presence, because you understand this like a course which is a technical course and a course which is for the Industrial Revolution. And apart from getting the certificate, you also at least need to show like the world what you can be able to do. That's usually the sense of you creating the account with all these platforms I'm gonna take you through. So we usually have what you call a LinkedIn. I'm sure most of you guys got an account with this platform. So this way you first go and we usually have that feature where you go and upload that you are a trainee at Predictive Analytics Lab. So you just go and add that on your LinkedIn account. And then also you can follow our coach trainer, who's Timothy Oriedo. You'll get the link here. Yeah, so that you can be able to be getting some updates once we post something on our page. And then we have another platform called GitHub. So GitHub is usually a platform where you can be able to post your code, because we shall be doing a bit of coding to do the training for the data analytics and also visualization and also machine learning. So you can be able to share some code to the data science community, that you can also be able to see what you can be able to do, and also other guys who are like you. So just click on this platform, just right click there, or rather you just click and then you just go and create an account there. And I'm sure most of the guys who are already data analytics and probably you've done IT, you already have some account. For those who don't have, kindly go and create one. The other one, which is mostly used for with us, it's Kaggle. So Kaggle, it's purely for data scientists. For GitHub, it's usually a mixture of software engineers, computer scientists, but for Kaggle, it's basically for the guys who are interested in data science. So kindly go and create an account there, because we shall be uploading even the project as we do the training once we get to month 2. So it's like a requirement for you to go and create an account there. So just click there. It will take you through to the Kaggle site, where you shall just be able to create your own account there. And then from there we have Data Science Central. So basically this to enlighten you and also at least share. Through Data Science Central, you can be able to access other resources like the articles and also the tutorials that are related to data scientists. Yeah, so you can be able to, so you can create an account there, and then you shall be getting more information about the happenings in data science world. From there, we have KD Nuggets. Also, it's another platform for data scientists where you'll be getting more stories and tutorials that are related to machine learning, AI, blockchain, and all those technologies for the Industrial Revolution. So yeah, so we also have Medium. Medium, it's more of the articles for guys who usually keep on posting the ideas, and also probably they want to show you how you can be able to tackle a certain challenge. So they usually keep posting very many articles there. And we also have our blog site, where you shall also be able to be learning some of the articles, and you shall also be sharing that via WhatsApp. And then you have Slack. Slack, it's not mainly used. And then you have Anaconda. So Anaconda, like Fiona mentioned, which I shall be sharing with you the steps that you shall be able to install the Anaconda Python, because that's what you shall be using during the training. So that one, it's not a worry, I'll share with you. So to note, kindly go and create an account with all this: GitHub, Kaggle, Data Science Central, and then KD Nuggets, Medium. And not to forget Kaggle mostly. Yeah, and then from there, so that's basically for your personal branding and also building a digital presence for as you take this course. From there, we have the option 2. You'll come here. We have just basically to follow guys who are of course ahead in data science field. We have some guys in Twitter. We have some in LinkedIn. We have some in other platforms like KD Nuggets. So once you create because I'm sure you in Twitter and LinkedIn, just go and follow these influencers. Like for Twitter, we have 50 of them. In I think we have about 10 on this platform. So just click on option 2, and then you'll be able to get all that. And then we have option 3, we have more resources. Yes, like Fiona said, we usually have some books for you and also some data set that you can keep on engaging with during the training. And then for the resources, you can be able to access this through the other platform that we shall create for you. But meanwhile, we have this one. So once you're doing that, probably we'll be tackling a concept in machine learning, and you feel like you need to learn more, and you feel like probably you need to get deep, you can just come and choose a book here. You just download it. Let's say like Python algorithms, just click it and download one of the book. And then now it's actually a whole book, like a PDF book. So you can just go direct to the concept that you want to learn, and you'll be able to access that. Yeah. So like some of these books, they're usually actually sold like ebooks, but now you have access to all of them here for free for yourself. Yeah, so from there we have even articles, some of the articles that will help you relate to what probably you'll be learning. And also, like you can see, like the Cambridge coincidence collection, we have spurious correlation. So yeah, these are articles that will help you be able to learn more and more, because you have to keep on engaging your mind and whatever you're doing. We also have KPIs, like we have different guys departments. And probably you want to measure, you want to kind of use a KPI if in finance, if in sales, if you human resource. We have all these unique KPIs. You can be able to click on one, and then you interact with all of them. We also have some past presentation that we have done. You can also be able to open one of these, and you keep on checking. Okay, and then you have more resources. So these are more of books and so on. Yeah, so I'm just going to be brief. Yeah, so apart from that, we usually have a coaching session for our students. So these are some of the resources that you can be able to use for coaching, though this usually it's done by our coach trainer with the senior management positions, but you can also be able to access some of the resources here for coaching. And usually also have a coaching session that you'll be able to, I think you can be able to access through the 4-year club once we create an account for you. Yeah, from there we have master classes. Yeah, so like probably I had briefed you, or rather you will come to learn that this is one of the, whatever you're taking the level 1, it's one of the long-term programs, but we also have some short courses, which we call them master classes. So basically master classes, it's for a specific profession. So if you're in finance, you can be able to take this masterclass alongside the data science level 1. If you're in human resource, you can also be able to take this masterclass, because it's usually like not more than a week, usually a short course within 1 week, probably 2 days, 3-4 days. And then for this one, we don't usually get so much deep into machine learning, although so basically we focus into the data set basically for a specific profession. If it's finance, use that one, and then now we can be able to do a bit of data analysis and then reporting using other softwares. So those are master classes. We shall also come to learn more about them. So if you want to probably open a HR analytics masterclass, you can come here and download and you learn more about that. Yeah, and then now lastly we have documentaries. Yeah, so this is basically to, you can be able to click on one of these here, and then now you can be able to learn more on the, like you said, the 4-year technologies here. Some are based in Netflix, others in YouTube. So during the weekend, you can be able to watch even with the family or even yourself. Yeah, they're just free resources. Yeah, so that's basically on the resources. So kindly after this, because I'm sure you've got that link for lab, just go and create and do the registration there. And then now you can be able to sign up on all those platforms. Yeah, so lastly, we have, so this basically a nutshell in the resources. So like I've said, I promised like we shall have another platform called 4AR Club. So that one you can be able to access more of this, like even the groceries and all others. Yeah. So, and then from here, then we usually have another platform called exam.predictiveanalytics.k. So basically after every session, every weekend, we usually have assessment you will not be able to have like 1 to 10 questions, like just to test you whether you've learned and understood whatever was taught on that day. So that one we shall create for you an account. Then you will be sent a verification message. So once we create that one, you can be cross-check within the week before we start the session. And then
Alice,
yes,
I've already
yes,
created accounts for them.
Okay.
So maybe they can just check their emails whether they've received the activation email.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Then. So yeah, so after this, then you can just cross-check on that whether you go to the verification and then you click. It will take you direct to the exam site. Yeah, so that's in order. And then now from there, so those are mainly the platform that you'll be interacting with during the training. And then now we usually have some for the continuation of mentorship and coaching, like Dennis said. We usually don't stop it at here. We usually continue offering you support. So we usually have other platforms like Job.predictive. Maybe you can type that one for them. Yeah. So we usually have a site for job where usually after you can actually create your profile during the training, and even now you can create it. So that's once you usually get the opportunity to usually post there, then now you can as always take the one that you feel it's in line with your niche or in line with what you would wish to do in future. So we usually have that one for you, and even other resources like tenders. If you have a passion for tendering, you can be able to access some of them there. Yeah. And then also we have that club now. That's also a platform that usually give you even after the training, we shall also be able to access that one. So you can continue accessing the resources and also the free webinars and webinars and events that we shall be holding at Predictive Analytics Lab. So yeah, so that's basically most of the platforms that we shall be interacting with during and after the training. So I think that's it from me. If you have any question, you can keep on asking via chat, or you can ask and inquire it now.
Yeah. Thank you, thank you, Alice. And I know 8:30 is fast approaching. Yeah. So as Alice has taken you very excellently through that platform, I wanted to take you through just 2 or 3 slides about your careers, so that you're able to see, as you learn, how do you anchor yourself to the opportunities which are out there. And I know sometimes it becomes confusing when you find yourself learning a new skill and you're wondering now, where will I look for jobs or employment? Yeah. Of course, I'm going to be giving you a coaching session, one-on-one, free of charge. So within this course, we have that as part of the package. So feel free to reach out to me. There's a program we're introducing for data science interviews. I think Dennis touched on that. If you're looking for a job, feel free. Alice also mentioned about a platform that we have for helping you create an opportunity for yourself by tenders, applying for tenders which are coming in technology, or employers. We have a job placement unit where employers come to us to place talent for them. So you could be lucky if an employer selects you to join the organization through us. So I know most of you we've interacted, and some of the questions you're asking is, I'm not a techie. Yeah, that's the same experience for me. Yeah. So just to give you an overview, my background is in mathematics and psychology, but I worked in the media industry for 15 years. I only joined data science about 5 years back when I was leaving media, and I started building myself a career in data science. So it's been a journey that has taken me 5 years, but I can guarantee you there is a lot more that I still need to learn. And also there's so many opportunities which are opening up quite fast. So I'm encouraging you to start. It's never too late. You are right on time. The opportunities are just starting to unpack. There's something we are calling COVID accelerated digital disruption, which, as you can see, most people are working virtually. That only means there's more data that we're going to have to our availability. So many companies trying to analyze how productivity of employees are. So many companies moving distribution of their products virtually through what we call the last mile. Brick and mortar is collapsing very fast. So that means a lot of virtual services are going to churn out a lot of data, and that means more candy for data scientists, because the more the data, the more accurate a prediction model will be. Yeah, so those are the tools you'll be taught in the 4th and the 3rd month and in the intermediate data science course. So back to now what I was telling you in terms of careers. These are the broad categories of data science opportunities. So you can either be a data business person, you can be a data creative, you can be a data developer, or a data researcher. So on the left-hand side, you'll see the skill sets which are required. So if you're a data business person, you'll need a lot of business knowledge. Now, this applies to someone who has a finance background, sales background, marketing background. So which means you have a strong anchorage in business. Now you need to study a bit of big data, a bit of mathematics, and very little programming, and some of statistics. Okay, so these are the ratios. This is how we've designed this course. This course is specifically designed for individuals who have a business background, and I'll be showing you why that is important for you. And then there's a data creative. So we have had, participants who are coming in with what we call data-driven problem solving. Yeah, so they want to solve problems using data, interrogation skills. So for example, I know Akinyi has mentioned about her working audience research. Yeah, so that is a bit of data. So when you look at audience research, you're able to intentionally develop a solution based on the data that you are seeing. It's an intervention based on that. So this has statistics, it has got machine learning, it has got programming. The ratio you can see differs. So the thickness of the block means this. So this one is a little bit more technical. That's why you see has a lot of programming. So these are the guys who typically will be dealing with data engineering, building engines for integration, and ETL, extraction, transaction, and loading. You'll be well prepared for that. So we have a few students who come in with this background, and then we also have data researcher. So basically, if you work in Ipsos, Geopol, Dalberg, or any of the research companies that do data, now you find yourself with this statistics. So here you'll need a lot of statistics. So guys with mathematics background, this is where they fall. Yeah, so this hope demystifies the fact that you need to have a strong background in it. You also have those ones are called data business people, and these are the majority of people who we train. Yeah, so you can see the roles here: product development, business, and then the other one, statistics, you have visualization, survey and marketing, spatial science, data manipulation, system administration, backend programming, yeah, in programming, and then math and operational research, and then ML and big data. This is how it will typically be in the workplace. So a data business person will be a head of department, a leader, an entrepreneur. Yeah, so you can actually finish this course and go and start your own company. You know, the data protection law was passed. So we have what the government is going to employ over 5,000 data inspectors. Where are they going to come from? So they're going to come from this course. Yeah, so already our program is certified by NITA. Yeah, so which means you produce our certificates, it's recognized by government. Yeah, so we are already producing talent that's going to fit those gaps. Where are those guys going to be employed? You know, 2 weeks ago, they announced a data commissioner in parliament. I think they're going to approve her in the next 2 weeks. After that, the office will be set and you'll start seeing jobs being advertised. Yeah, so I'd like to encourage you in the right space. You are widening your career prospects. If you've been in a particular career, now you've added another niche to that, and then you're lengthening your shelf life, yeah, in the workplace. Even those ones who are about to graduate, now you're graduating with a feather in your cap, because it means you are ahead of the pack. The universities have not been able to change their curricula. Yeah, of course, I teach at both Strathmore and USIU. And I can tell you we have developed this curriculum for data science the last 4 years, but it's never been approved. So you will not find any graduates of data science in the coming 3 years. So which means this course is filling a gap that's there in the market. Yeah, so that's why we have even done placements for students who are going to study abroad. You can use this course to apply for a visa to the US, Canada, or Australia. Yeah, so of course, because we'll provide you with the credits when you go to those universities there, they actually will be able to recognize our program. In our previous cohorts, we've had students joining from Malaysia, South Africa, Australia, the US, and Europe. So our course has really gone global. We were disrupted by COVID, we had to shut down our lab, but because of that, we have a global audience now. So our program actually fits in whatever is offered globally. There's no difference. Python is just Python. It's like Excel, Word. Yeah, those remain the same. Yeah, so irrespective of where you go, the principles taught are the same. So this is when you get to work, the coding language that will be used is Python. So that's why we teach Python. So this research was done in more established markets, the US. Yeah, the average age is 30 years. So don't feel like these skills is for the young at heart. Yeah, so if you have done about 5 years or 10 years in employment, you're in the right space because that's where the skill is needed. Yeah, so these are the the methods used that Fiona was talking about: decision tree, random forest, logistic regression. So we are not teaching you things that are different from what is being taught elsewhere. We are teaching you the skills that will make you blend with other programs that are existing globally. Yeah, the biggest barriers, those ones you find from work, dirty data. Yeah, highest level of education. So we've even had guys with PhDs sitting for our courses, masters. Yeah, you can have a master's but still come for this course. In the previous cohort, we even had 2 PhD guys graduating. In the other one, we had 1. The other one like that. Yeah, so we're finding this course very relevant, irrespective of your level of education. Okay, the salary, of course, some of you will select better the salary. These actually are real numbers. Yeah, this means you're earning 1.2 million per month. It's real. Yeah, so in Kenya here, of course, companies which are paying that much for data scientists, banks and telco, Safaricom, Equity Bank, KCB. You go there, you'll see the salary that data scientists are being paid. We do job placements, so we know we can negotiate for you salaries that high. Yeah, but you need to be good and prove yourself. And the things that Alice has told you need to do about branding, writing articles, sharing, going to GitHub, Kaggle, taking participation in those competitions. Those little things are what differentiate you, and you're lucky to be with us because we'll hold your hand in all those steps to ensure that you are building a brand that's competent. By the time you finish this program, every employer would like to engage with you. Yeah. Yeah. So this is where you start looking for jobs. This is where don't, for example, on the left side is where most data scientists are getting employed. On the right side is where there's less employment. So you find IT companies like Oracle, Microsoft, Safaricom. That's where you find a lot of jobs. And come to the second, education and science. So I told you the universities have no data scientists, so you can be a lecturer in data science. Yeah, consulting. So for example, myself, I've built a consulting firm. Yeah, it's not by coincidence. Yeah, it's because consulting is growing. We are not having a lot of data scientists quit their jobs after 1 year, 1.5. You find yourself going to consulting very fast. Yeah, so this is something that will prepare you for. Financial services such as banks, the credit reference bureaus, insurance companies, and number 4 in employment. So you'll find yourself there. There's also media and entertainment there. Yeah, a lot of data scientists needed in that sector. Then retail, FMCG, the Tuskies, Naivases of this world, they're not using data yet. Bidco, Unilever. A lot of jobs are existing there that you can just go and apply and you get. When you go to those platforms, we'll show you how to identify a data science job there so that you can be able to calibrate your skills to match that expectation. So I think I'll stop there. We'll walk through this journey. I don't know right now if you are this monkey here, but by the time you finish, I want you to be the data scientist working with a briefcase. And it's very exciting to see you transform that journey, taking a different shape at every step. And the debate that's going on now for wheelbarrows, you can see. So the guy on the left probably is the one using the wheelbarrow, the guy on the right using data science. So it's up to you to judge. And where do you place yourself in this era of 4th industrial revolution? Where exactly data science is? Of course, the data revolution is on. We're talking about 5th industrial revolution, but still we're struggling with the 4th industrial revolution. These are the jobs that you will see. So don't just think the job will come as a data scientist. The jobs come in different definitions. So an anthropologist, someone who's patterns of behavior across different generations, they use data. Data-driven advertising, you'll find yourself working in an advertising agency or a media house. helping create client insights, or Geopol or Ipsos. We have customer ethnography, understanding customer behavior. People-driven data scientists, HR. We've trained so many HR. Tomorrow even we have a 2-day HR course that will be teaching them how to use Python, Excel, and Power BI to predict the next employee to leave the organization, to predict who is supposed to be promoted, to determine when is the best day to flex your hours so that what time of the day are you more productive. We've developed these softwares and we use them to sell to clients, but also we train professionals on the same. Behavioral economics, social physics, decision-making psychology, data journalism. Very key areas that are emerging. So when you're looking for jobs, please don't just look for data science jobs. These jobs come masked in different terminologies that actually depict the role that a data scientist is supposed to have on the job. So I think it's exactly 3 minutes past 8. I'll just finish my last slide here. This is how companies are getting data scientists. So they're getting them through competitive hiring, internal training, scaling of technical staff, outsourcing, strategic sponsorship, organic growth. So number one, competitive hiring. That's why you need to take this course so that you can be hired. If you're working for an organization and you've been sponsored, you're lucky. We get a lot of this. We train companies internally. So perhaps you work for a company that you want your colleagues to be trained as well. Please talk to us. We can customize a proposal for you. Then you get you trained. You'll get promoted. So maybe some of you are coming from finance, engineering. You've been sent by your company. Go and take this course so that we can upgrade you to the the data science department. And by the way, this is very critical. Number 3. So because most companies right now are cutting down, they are retrenching. We've been able to help guys dodge the acts of being retrenched by taking our course. So immediately they finish, they go and show the certificate that they have this skill, then the employer will say, oh, in fact, you were about to hire data scientists, but now that you've taken this now, you are safe. So many guys, because of this retrenchment, and the retrenchment is going to still happen. So you're at the right space. This is going to, what I say is education is an investment. Employers are looking for worthwhile employees who are going to add value to their places of work. So if you invest in yourself, then the employer will actually match the expectation of your investment by giving you a promotion or by retaining you at their job. So always look at this as investment. It's business. You're paying for this cost, so it means you're going to recruit value, you're going to be promoted, if you're about to be retrenched, then you'll be extended. Even if you get retrenched, then you'll end up getting a job somewhere else. You can even go into consulting. Now you don't care even if you get retrenched. It means now you can run your own gig, which is what I always encourage guys, because that's the same path I went through myself. I lost my job, but because I already had these skills, I went and polished them up, and then I set up my own company, and now I'm able to improve on the welfare of others by creating employment for others. So that's the same gospel that I try to preach, and I'll be happy that you look at the long term and not the selfish interest of looking at these skills for yourself, but see how else you can be able to enrich the lives of those ones who are around you. So outsourcing also, you'll get an opportunity to be in our consulting list. So we get jobs. Right now, we've got clients we are consulting for from South Africa, Rwanda, Tanzania, in Europe. We've got clients in Australia. You have an opportunity to be in our consulting arm, so that any skills that you have, special skills that you have, we're able to front your CV, and then we give you the job if the clients accept the skills that you have. And of course, we'll support you in the implementation of those skills. So these hackathons also we organize. So sometimes banks come and approach us, we're organizing a competition. This is a problem we want to solve. We have governments that also are working with the government to be able to solve problems for government. So I hope you'll be able to follow this through and ensure that we have a better competitive edge for yourselves in this career, in your career aspiration. So this is how it's gonna look. You have the case of learning, you have what we call awareness, desire. So of course, I don't know where you found the information about data science. So we use this fact that we teach data science, we also practice the same. So what we do in our marketing department is we use algorithms to mine for people who are looking for data science. So that's how most of you came to us. So you are searching for data science course online and you saw our program. So means you are aware. So maybe you saw somewhere that there's data science, then you went to Google. Yeah. So we also talk in conferences, we give free webinars, we give workshops. I've spoken to so many events. I write articles in the newspaper. So that's creating awareness. Then the desire has to come from you, because something that triggers you to go and do this course, self-improvement, desire for a better job or better package. And then preparation. So we'll pick up from here, knowledge and drilling action. So ability. So we'll be able to demonstrate the ability of this via certification and job immersions. So we don't just teach theory. Alice, Mary, I've told you about the exam platform. We actually test you to see that you retain those concepts. And this is a practical skill. We have a presentation that you'll be doing in class that will be guiding you on how to develop particular data sets. We encourage you to bring your own data from work so that transfer of knowledge is seamless. But then we encourage you to go to the R, which is reinforcement. So we have developed the 4IR platform, and I'll be showing you, Alice mentioned what the 4IR platform does. And this is something that is lifelong. It's not something that we're just coming for the 3-week, or if you come for the intermediate also, it will be plus 16 weeks. No, it's lifelong. Once you're in this, yeah, you're in this forever, because that's where the real change happens, is when now you become anchored in the change. So I wanted to show you that 4IR platform, and then we'll wind up there. So once you commit and you're fully in the program, we'll give you credentials to access the 4IR platform, because it's got very rich resources. Let me just share it. Where is it? Yeah, so you'll find this platform. It will help you in job interviews. It will help you in your day-to-day. It has a glossary where you can search different definitions, both statistics and mathematics and programming. Yeah, very, very many. You'll find what we call documentaries, like Alice was mentioning. These documentaries have been easily laid out. It's actually like Netflix. You can actually watch from here. Yeah, you'll come and see a documentary called Paycheck. You can click there and you just watch it from there. Yeah. So we've been able to develop these tools to be able to share knowledge and demystify the application of data science. So yeah, you'll find about 90 different documentaries. We have resources. So all the class materials and notes and books, you'll find them here. So we have books that we give you, for example, computer uses and cybercrime, protection of personal information, beginner's guide to R, linear algebra analysis. These are books which are open source, and we've been allowed to distribute them. So when you come here, you can download and read at your own pace. Yeah, so many books, very, very new books, less than 5 years in publication. Yeah, so that's the resources that we have to support you. What else have I not mentioned here? Yeah, so the other tools which are coming. Yeah, we'll also give you a mobile application app, which you can use for data collection with your employer. When you go for an interview, it's something that you can say you're proficient in geolocation intelligence system. Yeah, it can help you if you want to start up a kiosk in your village. The system will be able to show you that. Aileen will be taking you through that on Saturday, how to use that mobile application app. Yeah, so that at least as you walk around, you can be proud of yourself that you have a data-driven tool in your pocket. Yeah, so today it was just about orientation. Sorry for, is it cluttering your mind with a lot of things? But I hope out of that clutter, you may be able to pick up 2 or 3 things that you can be able to apply. Yeah? And very immediately, even if you're not signing up for a course, if you decide to drop out today, it's okay. I know you've been able to be touched by our presentation. So the challenge is up to you. Yeah. If you find our course valuable, then please proceed and sign up, but see you on class on Saturday. That's it from me. And I wanted to know if there are any questions that I can be able to tackle at this stage.
Yeah, so
Yes, please.
Walter has raised his hand. Probably you can ask your question.
Yes, please. Walter, please go ahead.
Jared.
Yeah. Hi. Sorry, guys. I joined a bit late. I was held up in the office, so I know I've missed so much, but I will catch up. I'm really interested in joining the course. I would want to ask. So maybe you mentioned this. You said the class is starting on Saturday.
Yes.
So I wanted to inquire if there's a timetable.
Okay.
Yeah, on the same. So if it's available, you can share on mail.
Sure.
Then I think I'll call you. I'll call you on the side. I think that one I'll call you.
No problem.
Okay. So okay, thanks.
Yeah. Then there's one who's asking about not being able to attend classes on Saturdays. Yeah. So we do make provisions for some weekday classes. So please get in touch with Alice. We'll be able to make a provision for that. Yeah. The reason why we do classes on Saturdays because, as I told you, we target a data business person who we know during the weekday you are out making some money for yourself. So during weekends is where we plan to have a more relaxed time and learn. So it's so that we don't want to run classes during the week. Of course, in our lab, before COVID, we were running full day classes there, so you could walk in at any time. But now because of COVID, we had to change a few things. Yeah. But we have a custom program, where we do HR analytics, the ones that Alice has shown you. Please feel free to get in touch with her or Jackie, and they'll be able to guide you where to plug in when we start the day classes or evening weekday classes. Yes, so Gachari is asking about levels. Certification starts with the level 1. Yeah, it's only that when immediately you finish the 12 weeks, you're certified. So when you move to level 2, it's called intermediate. So you become more specialized in now machine learning. And then now there's level 3. So level 3 is more specialization. So either you can be a data engineer, if you want just to deal with Hadoop, MapReduce, you can be a visualization expert, yeah, or you can be a data storytelling person, just using data to tell stories. So in principle, we have 3 stages, but you become certified by level 1. Yeah, so the fact that it's called introduction is kudanganye. Hiyo sio introduction kama ile ABCD. Yeah, by the time you finish that, you'll even be a PhD guy. Yeah, so we even changed. Now we don't call it introduction; we call it level 1 because we figured people are thinking it's just introduction. Yeah, so I hope that has answered you, Pachari. Thanks. Yeah, Gladys. Yeah, we'll share the class schedules. So it's the same thing Fiona took you. So what we'll do is we'll because December is Christmas. Yeah, we'll take a break. Yeah, we do want to eat into your family time. So yeah, we'll take a break there. So Juliet, because of the COVID, this course is very practical. The trainers come and touch your laptop and show you things. We try to discourage physical because of the restrictions which are there for COVID. Yeah. Way to be a lecture where lecturer stands there and shows you things on the screen, which is now not different from just doing it virtually. So we try to encourage you to avoid the dependency on physical classes. You might lose a lot of time, as you wait for the physical classes to resume, which we are not in control. Yeah, we're not in control.
Okay, just a question. Because normally with the physical classes, I was considering, things like teamwork, presentation, because I feel like there's also an added value that you get when when you're able to interact, especially with your tutors.
Actually,
so I was hoping.
You'll be so surprised. We do all that. We do presentations, we do groups. Yeah.
Okay.
Mastered that art. So it's a very, very immersive. You'll be shocked that the way the physical, we've been able to mimic the physical presence with the digital.
Oh,
And
okay,
the
because
beauty is we can share with you even videos. We record all our sessions, so we can share with you videos. You just see how we do them. So
okay, because my biggest worry was like, will I really be able to like harness like everything that I really desire from just an online program, especially just the way you said it's a very practical and kind of course. And so that was my biggest worry.
Yeah, you will, and I can just console you that you will and even get more. Actually, this is cohort 15. By the time COVID started, we were only at cohort 6. Now, we used to do intakes every 3 months. Huh? So after COVID started, we started doing intakes every month. It just shows you something has changed.
Yeah.
So people are embracing online learning. So the fact that you are sitting in virtual places, it's even helped to accelerate learning virtually. And you can also plan yourself better because it doesn't restrict you to be physically present somewhere. You can travel and do a class somewhere or do other things. Yeah. But one thing to console is we have one-on-one Fiona, Dennis, Ernest, Alice, all, I saw even Eric is here. They're all coaches. So one-on-one. So if you don't get something, just call any of them. Yeah, they take you through. And then secondly, we also record all the sessions and we put them on a private channel on YouTube. So which is not the case with physical. Yeah. So physical, once someone has said something, it's passed. So this one you can always listen to it as many times as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
But thanks for asking that. I know it was not just you who has got that question. It's one of our FAQs.
No, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so Anne is asking how long is level 3? Yes, level 3. Yeah, so level 3 is shorter. It's only 2 months because it's a specialization. 8 weeks. Yeah, it's only 8 weeks. Yes, so I think that must have been brings us to an end of this. Eric, I know you're in the call, so maybe you might say something to encourage them. And there was, who else has not introduced themselves? You want to say something as we exit the call?
Yeah, I can go ahead. Yeah, so Eric Gitonga here, one of the trainers on the program, currently taking the 14th cohort through the session. And as everybody has said, it's an exciting journey, and the schedule that Fiona took you through, that's what we're going to go through. Ultimately, it's about understanding how to think in terms of data science, and not necessarily memorizing facts or memorizing code or anything like that, but more how to think as a data scientist, and showing you the tools that you can use in this journey, so that at the end of it all, the end result is not that you're going to be this person who can spew out lines of code, but the kind of person who can know this is a particular problem, and this is the kind of tool that I need to solve this problem. And having the awareness of general awareness of how that tool works and how it can help in solving your problems and making you into somebody more effective in data science. So it's an exciting journey, 12 weeks of interesting concepts to learn. And so I welcome you to this process and hope that you're going to have fun doing it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Eric. Eric has also been our alumni, so actually I can guarantee you 100% of the team that's going to teach you has gone through the program as well, so it shows you that they believe in the system. So feel free to be encouraged and interact with them. Huh? So Alice, over to you. You can wind up the session.
Yes, thank you very much, team, for your input and all others. So I think now everybody feels it's a place for everyone. Whether you're looking forward to rescale from probably your current position to another one, whether you're looking forward to upskilling, changing career to probably where you feel your passion lies, I think now you feel it's a place to be. And also closing remark, I would encourage you to at least be consistent. Once you start the training, probably you can just set aside that timeline for Saturday. It's just like 4 hours, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So you can just set aside for that, because I'm sure it's very exciting once at least you got to go alongside with the training, and then now you can probably catch up with the recordings later. But if anything and you're not able to catch up, that's when we now have the plan of recording. Also, from Juliet comment, probably to make you feel like at least you keeping in touch with the trainer and probably the group. That's why you usually have the assessment after every session, so that now you can cross-check whatever you are not able to get, and then now you can keep on asking and also engaging the trainer directly. So that's how we keep it at least like to maintain the physical touch, or rather the physical, yeah. So I think that is it. We can get a few comments from even at least 2 participants of how you felt it is. I can randomly choose, and then now we can wind up. We can get probably feedback from Gladys. Gladys, you on the call?
Yes, I am on the call.
Yes.
Well, thank you for breaking down that it's not all about digits. When you hear data science, you'd expect, you tend to freeze if your background is not in economics or actuaries or statistics. So it's good to know that there's such an assurance that the trainers will guide us, and also knowing that you really can't run away from the fact that the next level of every other sector is governed by data. So yeah, looking forward to the journey.
Thank you very much for the nice comment, and that is it. So we can get another one from Peter Kemani, and then now we can close it.
Thank you so much. I also agree with that contributor who has already talked, to say that at least you have demystified the whole aspect of data analytics and opened our eyes to see the value in it, and again the market, the need in the market, and again also the value addition as far as ourselves are concerned. So personally, I'm looking forward to it. Again, it's a call for commitment. I have probably been thinking through and asking myself, probably these are call to commit one or myself to really walk through this journey with a lot of determination and commitment, because at the end of the day, the value there is in it is great. So we appreciate your contribution, your awareness, and even holding this orientation program for us. It's indeed great and powerful. Thank you so much.
For your nice comments. So I think that to comment, it can stand for all of us. And then now we can close it there. So meanwhile, during the between today and Friday, I'll share the guideline on how you'll be able to install the Anaconda Python, which you shall be using during the training. So kindly check your mail in the course of the weeks, so that because actually you should have it by Saturday, because we shall just directly start with the introduction to Python. So thank you very much for your patience. I know it's evening time, but you've created time for this till this time. So thank you very much and have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
You too, bye.
Okay.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night, guys.
Good night.